Hi everyone, it's nice to meet you all. I'm Srigantini here, so I would like to share with you my paper or my PowerPoint to support my presentation here in this international conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the slides of my presentation. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you could see. So here is the first slide. The titles of my presentation is Preserving Local Languages, Challenges in Translating Indonesian Balinese Guidelines for Behavioral Change Text. So the focus of this mini project or research is preservations of local language. And the focus of the study is translation as my research interest. So here, the translation activity includes Indonesian Balinese text as the source text and target text. And source text here is Pedoman Perubahan Perilaku. That is in English called as Guidelines for Behavioral Change Text. So, yeah, this is the introductions of this study. This study tries to investigate the role of translation during the COVID-19 during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2021. Although the issue of a pandemic has been gone, okay, but I think this is the time that we can reflect the role of translation in the issues of public health to to try to be involved as a tool to safeguarding people in the pandemic situation. This is the time when the disseminations of prevention information was vital for reaching all levels of society, including communities in villages where local languages dominate daily communication. So this research focuses on the challenges of translating between Indonesian and Balinese, particularly in two variants, Balinese Highland and Balinese Lowland. So it is interesting to note that the translation is done into variants, two various types, namely Balinese Highland and Balinese Lowland. So it uses the HALT protocol document. It is in Indonesian as called as Pedoman Perubahan Perilaku. So people need to change their behavior. That is called in English like what you see on the screen, Guidelines for Behavioral Change. And it was published by the National Disaster Management Agency, BNPB in Indonesian, and its Balinese translation, Tuntunan Bawahan Parisolah. Okay, this is the next slide. We have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, that local languages play a vital role in preserving cultural identity. We understand that widely, right? But here, their preservation is also essential for ensuring effective communication within communities. So this research, what I would like to emphasize here is the vital role of translation, of course, not only in preserving culture, but to ensure effective communication within communities. And translation into local languages is crucial for disseminating accurate health information and safeguarding public health, particularly in linguistically diverse countries like Indonesia. Yeah, in this linguistically diverse country like Indonesia, so as you can see now on the screen, I try to give the examples that during the pandemic, we see many messages sent through our local languages to emphasize that this is very crucial situation, endanger people if they do not understand what they have to do. So many messages through the social media were shared was shared and distributed to people, to the villages, using the local language. So like for example here, kenali dirimu, tahukah kamu? So in Balinese, it is reminded as kuningin ragani. So the role of translation here, I think, is crucial, and people may realize that role. Yeah. Okay, so the method in this study employs interviews with Balinese experts. Okay, I investigated how the potentials of Balinese is used as a means of transferring messages. So it also involves close observations to the text, the source text and target text, and also content analysis of the translated documents. So data collection was done, of course, by comparing the source text and the two translation versions. As you can see on the screen here, there are two translation version, tuntunan Pauwahan Parisolah and tuntunan Ngesehin Laksana. Okay, to translate the idea of pedoman perubahan perilaku. And I also utilize Kamus Bahasa Bali Daring and the application to consider whether the translation is appropriate or not, or to find out how it is best translated as what I have to do in close observation, as well as content analysis of the document. Yeah, so to make it short, okay, the findings of this study reveal several translation challenges. The first one is adapting Indonesian formal text into a less formal, like communicative Balinese style. Of course, we know that the Indonesian version is quite formal. So how can this be transferred into communicative and easily understood by Balinese? And then the second, the dominance of Indonesian and limited Balinese proficiency, which leads to reliance on borrowed terms, okay, and familiarity with pandemic-related health topics within the Balinese linguistic and cultural context. And then the application of appropriate translation procedures. And the fifth one, as the challenges, the implementations of communicative translation method. Okay, this finding is based on the analysis that there are several challenges or problems of translation due to linguistic and cultural barriers, like starting from the lexical items, pressure levels, grammatical, textual, and pragmatic. So I base those findings through these perspectives about the challenges and also problems of translation. So what I mentioned earlier, it includes these aspects, like the choice of words, the borrowed terms, and how to make this as a communicative translation. So pragmatic level is included. Okay, and due to the problems of the human as the translator, it involves the inversions of meaning, omission, addition, deviations, and modifications. All of these may be part of the challenges as translator face several problems due to their lack of competence and understanding to Balinese, how to make it communicative in translation. And then we understand also that the challenges, or I may call this as problems of translation. In conclusion, it is brought by the lexical, pressal, causal, textual, and
Maaf mengingatkan Ibu Jayantini, waktunya sudah habis.
or aspects. And the competence of translation involve inversion, omission, addition, deviations, and modification. So this is